targeting high net worth communities, and like is really something to be proud of, really something that the more people need to learn about DeFi. And so like how proud are you of being a part of this? As Johnny Chaos would say, like, before the party has even started, and before Pulsechain has gone mainstream, we've been putting these conferences on since before Pulsechain launched. That's why we're at the 4th annual Pulsechain conference, and Pulsechain is only maybe 2.5 years old, or maybe even a little bit less than that. So I'm just like super encouraged by the names that continue to show up to speak at this, the new individuals who are not new to crypto, such as Bitcoin billionaire Brock Pierce that we spoke to last segment. And yeah, I'm like I'm super pumped to and honored to be hosting this. So I promised you that we're gonna do another giveaway. So let's get to it. Need to come up with a keyword for you to put in as I queue up the giveaway tool. This giveaway of another 3,000 PTS tokens worth about $160, of which we're doing 10 giveaways over the 3 days of this conference. This will be the last one for tonight. Type PLSX into the chat as quickly as you can, because there's only another minute or two before this talk ends, and we bring up the amazing guy, Randy Hlarski, who I was so pleased to hear he would be speaking again this year. I've done like 9 conferences, and I think Randy's probably spoken, if not at all of them, almost all of them, and probably is tied for the most speaking at these Hex and Pulsechain conferences. So that means a lot when people have consistency and are just enjoyable to listen to and show great leadership in the community. So while I wait for you guys to get up to like 100 entries or something, we're getting there. Type PLSX into the chat once, and you'll be entered to win. You're not allowed to enter more than once. The giveaway tool will catch you, and we're in our last hour here of the first day of the 4th annual Pulsechain conference. And we're thankful to the 3 sponsors, Texas Coin, Pateus, and Pulseland. Let me bring up, we're already at 69. So I'm going to give you a few more seconds to get PLSX written into the chat, and then we're going to pick a winner. Here we go. And if you're listening on replay, you don't have to type PLSX into the chat unless you really want to. Crypto CPT, you are the winner. So go ahead and send me a DM right now on Twitter, x.com/MATI all in. And let me know your address so I can send you those tokens. And we'll make that happen. We've already had 2 winners tonight, and I've already sent their tokens. And I'm going to go ahead and play a transition song, and then we'll have Randy Hlarski on screen. Thanks for listening.
The only one that ain't prepared. Oh, yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares.
That's a Hex flex. Making money, yeah, we going by the X's. Yeah, Hex, all we know about is excess. Turn a fiat on ramp to an expressway. That's a Hex flex, hey, that's a Hex flex. Making money, yeah, we going by the X's. Yeah, Hex, all we know about is excess. Turn a fiat on ramp to an expressway. That's a Hex flex, hey. Yeah, we up next. Shut up with that scam mess, cause we up in hex. They showed a lot of disrespect, now they can cut the check. They had a lot to say, well now they can't say nothing else. They had some gains, things changed, now it's nothing left. Hey, money went into some means, ended up and left. Hex is up and to the right, they up and to the left.
Hey, Randy.
Good evening, sir. You got me at my bedtime.
Well, thanks so much for joining. You may have heard me say kind things already, and I meant them all. So
Thank you, sir.
I will leave it to you to speak for the next 20 minutes on anything Pulsechain related or anything crypto related that you want to touch on.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. It's good to be back. Tonight, actually, the slot was about shilling. So I took an old presentation of mine that I have actually presented probably 5 times in my my sales career and crypto. I've actually have the on video recorded that you can go watch on my channel if you want with the slide deck. But you know, I've always been a big fan of the shill. I've been in this game a long time. I got into crypto in 2014. I was my first big successes were on platforms like Steemit, and I would go on there and I'd write articles about projects, and then projects started coming to me and asking me if I would promote their stuff for them, and I did, and it helped me perfect my skills. And I used a lot of the sales tactics that I had used over the years, not just in regular sales, but if you guys don't know, I was also a psych nurse and mental health counselor. Maddie and I have the mental health stuff in common. And if people don't know that in mental health, a lot of what you do is sales. And it helped me perfect my skills over the year, my bedside manner, you know, how to talk to people and how to control emotions and don't get bent out of shape as much. And one of the books that I read back in the day, this is even before I went on my entrepreneurial ride. It's called Sales Dogs, and it's by Robert Kiyosaki's team. And I absolutely love this book. And I always get made fun of when I bring it up. But for me, I can look at the whole Pulsechain ecosystem of our community, the shillers, the people that are out there talking, who are bringing in the new blood and the new folks into Pulsechain. And I can put them into different categories and what types of dogs they are, if you want to relate them to dogs. And I think it's really cute, and it's something that I've taught many people. So I'm going to go through this really quick. I can actually see the slide deck. You guys can't, but if you want to see the full thing, you can go look at my channel and find it on there. But first up, I want to talk about the golden retrievers. Now, the golden retrievers in our community, these are the people that have excellent customer service. They're extra friendly. They kill people with kindness. They're helpful by nature. And I want you to think about the people in the community who you think are like this and who you would think as a golden retriever. And I could think of a few right off the bat. But first, I'm going to give you their strengths and what I see as their advantages. First, their strengths. They build strong relationships and they create a subconscious obligation. So when you get to know these people, you feel obligated to help them. You feel obligated to do the best you can. And the first person that comes to my mind is RG3. RG3, going back to 2019, was one of the first people I followed in the Hex ecosystem. And he started off with his late night show with DCC. And those guys, you know, because RG3 was a military veteran like myself, kind of jived. And he's so friendly, and just, you don't ever want to disappoint RG3. He's just that type of guy. And I considered him a golden retriever, as well as SJ, who helps to run his conference. And the two of those guys together, as well as Black Hexagon all together, they run an amazing conference. If you guys want to see me in Vegas, make sure you come this year or next year. I will be there. I will always support RG3 and SJ. just because they're so friendly and they're so easy to get along with. And the other person that I think of as a golden retriever is my co-founder of SolidX, and that's the Fire Whale. I should say he is the founder of SolidX. I am the co-founder, and he is the most lovable person that you always want to do the best for him and support him in every way you can. He's been a great asset to our community. And I think anybody who has this type of personality, you just don't ever want to upset them or hurt them in any way. You want to support them as much as you can, just because they're so amazing as people. Now, the next one is our pit bulls. Now, you guys know we have pit bulls in this community. These are people that get shit done. They're aggressive, they're fearless, they're bold, strong, and they don't take no for an answer. Think about a couple people in the community that would fit the mold of the pit bull. They're very self-confident. They're all their actions lead to a shill. Everything they do, turn left, turn right, they're shilling something. And they do their job. And these people, a lot of them are the ones who bring a lot of eyeballs to Pulsechain. And they help turn all of our objections, all the things that we say aren't going to work about Pulsechain, they turn it into an opportunity to bring you closer and bring more people into Pulsechain. Now, the advantage is they have a high volume. They have their following. They shill, and they even get pushy at times. And I'm going to name a couple people here, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me. B-Roots for sure. B-Roots is our pit bull of our community. He has been for a long time. I love the guy. During the bear market, he was there. He didn't sink into the bushes like a lot of other influencers. So thank you, B-Roots, as well as Maddie. I think Maddie's a pit bull. If you ever met Maddie in person, he definitely he has something to say, and he's going to tell you. He's not going to mess around. He's not going to mince words. And he's been doing this now for many years and just keeps going. And he will get your attention one way or the other. That's Maddie. And the other one is a newcomer to our ecosystem. And I really like this guy, Tiger Guy. He's definitely a pit bull, man. This guy is on his phone nonstop, go to follow his TikTok, follow his Instagram. The guy is creating content. He's getting eyeballs. He's relentless. These are the kind of people that I admire, just because they persevere, and they don't take no for an answer. All right, the next one is our Chihuahuas. Think about who in our ecosystem fits the whole personality of the Chihuahuas. Now, when I think of a Chihuahua, I'm not thinking of just a small dog. Okay, don't look at them as this thing as just a small dog. No, this is their personality type, right? They're technical wizards. They're extremely bright. They're passionate about the product. These people just get it. If you have a question, who are the people that you're going to go to get an answer? If you want the correct answer, you can contact me, but I might not have the correct answer. All right. They know the products. They know what we have on Pulsechain. They know the ecosystem. They're good at planning. They could talk to anybody, and they could answer any question. All right. Their advantage is that they're always ahead of the game. They value accuracy, and they can put up detailed presentations. Now, the people that I think of are RH Max, Crispy Man, Cryptographics, and David Feeder. These are the four folks I think of in our ecosystem that if I have questions and I want the stuff broken down and get an answer, those are the folks that I'm going to go to. And these are the ones I consider the Chihuahuas in our ecosystem. So guys, please don't take offense. I called you Chihuahuas. That's just the dog that Robert Kiyosaki's team chose for what I consider people that are really bright, and they know how to break the stuff down and make it easy to understand. Now, next is my personal favorite, because this is the one I think that I am. It's the Basset Hound, right? The Basset Hounds, they're charming, constant, loyal, trustworthy, and this is the people out there that you like them. You don't know why you like them, They're just there, you know. You're like, dude, you're cool. I don't know why you're cool, but I like you. All right. They know the art of building rapport. They strike on the client's emotions. They know how to charm their way. And that's exactly how I worked as a nurse. When I was a psych nurse, I was always the one that the other nurses would be like, Randy, could you go take care of this, please? This person, they're not listening. They're not doing anything. They're not taking their medication or whatever it was. They'd always send Randy. Go build some rapport. And I was the guy who was, you know, this might sound crazy to some of you guys because you've never been in a mental health institution or anything like that. But I was always the nurse who hung out with the patients. I'd rather be out in the ward, hanging out with the patients, chilling with them, watching TV or doing whatever. That was my thing. So the patients liked me and they did what I asked. I built rapport, right? They build strong relationships with their clients. They always have a humble approach, can win hearts that no one else can. The people I think of in our community, I don't know, you might have a couple going in your head, but I have a couple myself. Axis Alive and Mike Wills, who was presenting earlier for Pulseland, his new project, Pulseland. Mike, I'll speak to Mike. He is one of the nicest people I've ever met. For those of you guys who do not know, Mike Wills and I, we've been close friends now for a few years, and we travel all over the world with our families together. Like if I tell him I'm going to Disney World Paris in 2 weeks, he'll find a way to get his kids to Disney World Paris. That's just how it is with us. And building the relationships, I think, in our ecosystem is so important. And the other thing about the Basset Hounds too is that we tend to be the ones that other folks go to get for connections, right? So people will mess with me all the time. Hey, Randy, can you talk to so and so, and you know, put me in connect with them or connect me so we can do business, that type of thing. And it's been working great, and I've been doing this for years. I'm a natural at it. Growing up around the table, you know, it's tough, right? And I was the one that didn't like silence. So I was, you know, they call you Chatty Cathy, right? I was one of those. All right. Now, the last one I want to talk about is the poodle. Now, the poodle is, they're luxurious. They're extremely well connected. They're elite, center of attention, vain and self-conscious. I know you guys know a few of these in the ecosystem. I'm not the ones I'm going to say. I'm not going to say they're self-conscious. I would not put them in that way at all. Not self-conscious, but definitely the other parts. Their strengths. They're power dressers. They have at any moment they can call huge people. You know, people, really powerful people, get stuff done, and they know everything about the product that they're shilling. Know everything. Now, there's two here. One I'm going to start with that is one of my favorite people in Pulsechain, and I've been following him for a long time since probably 2020 on TikTok and on Instagram. It's Super Hexwin. Super Hexwin. That is the man. I consider him a poodle, right? Nothing against the guy for being a poodle, but he gets it done. He gets eyeballs. People are checking out him on his Ducati. They're checking out his Lamborghinis, his, I don't know if it's a G-Wagon that's lifted. I think maybe it's a Brabus or something. My God, the guy gets eyeballs. And the other person I think of, and I think everyone here is going to agree with me, is our fearless leader, Richard Hart. Richard Hart is a poodle. He brings attention all different ways. And, you know, you watch his old videos with the long hair and the top hat. He would go to events wearing top hats, wearing his Louis Vuitton, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's great. Poodles bring attention and they're well connected. And we know Richard's well connected. We've seen the interviews that he's done in the past and where the people he's talked to. Just think it's cool. All right. So going forward in the future as influencers, as shillers, because we are all responsible for shilling our own product, and our own product is something anything that we care about, and that's whether it's Pulsechain, Pulsex, Ink, Hex, within our ecosystem. All right, you want to go out there and stick with what you know. Be nice to people. Be kind. Don't. There's some things that do disappoint me within our ecosystem. I see people, who are really aggressive and they say mean things about other people, and they don't need to do that, guys. Be friendly. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, right? That's a saying that we've heard for a long time throughout our lives. And I wish people would start to abide by that again. I think it's really important. X, when you get on X, or some of you, whoever still uses Facebook, I don't. When you get on X, pretend that you're sitting at the table with the people. And I bet if you pretended that you were across from them, you wouldn't say a lot of things that are being said. So be really, really careful what comes out. And I've had to dial back. There was some times where I've gotten a little bit feisty, and I feel bad for it, and I apologize, for anybody who I may have offended over the years. Because I do have a sharp tongue. Hell, I launched Nope Token, the disagreeable token, because I have a lot to say when it comes to politics and money and crypto and these kind of things. And I just want what's best for the world. And I hope everyone enjoys what's going to be coming soon for Pulsechain. I think we're going to have some great times ahead. It's going to be, I hope 2021 on steroids. 2021 was fun. Let's see what happens going into the future. So, Maddie, that's all I have to say. If anybody wants to come to my conference, we have our conference in January, the last week of the year here in Panama. It'll be our second one. Folks like RG3 are coming. The Fire Whale's coming. Axis. Who else? It's just so many folks that I'm sure that you guys will love to see, shake hands with, and some pretty knowledgeable people here in Panama that will spread some great knowledge to. We're doing it in Old Town, so it'll be a beautiful place, and at the oldest hotel in Panama. So really, really elegant. So that's what I've got.
Awesome. And what are the dates for that?
It's the last weekend of, I think it's the 24th or 25th, but it's one of those days. And it's for 2 days.
Of this month?
January.
Oh, January. Got it. Cool.
I'm going way ahead here.
Well, yeah, we'll be able to promote it on the Pulse or the Hex conferences with the 6th annual Hex conference at the beginning of January.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, you better get your tickets now to Randy's conference, because you don't want to make last minute plans.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, the problem is it's going to be summertime in Panama at that time, and the flights all book up probably by, I would say, early December. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've heard good things. Yeah, Fast Abdul, I guess went. Yeah, there he is in the chat. Yeah, so very cool. And yeah, I loved your analogy of
You're a pit bull, sir.
Right. Well, you've met me in person.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate it doing the conference once again. This is sorely needed, and the more the merrier.
I dig it. Well, thank you so much for your talk and everything you do for the community. And everybody go follow Randy Halarski and check out what he's got to offer. And up next, we have Rachel doing a segment. And so she'll be up with me here after this 30-second interlude.
That's a Hex flex. Making money, yo, we growing by the X's. Yeah, Hex, all we know about is excess. Turn a Fiat on ramp to an expressway. That's a Hex flex. Hey, that's a Hex flex. Making money, yo, we growing by the X's. Yeah, Hex, all all we know about is excess. Turn a Fiat on ramp to an expressway. That's a hex flex. Hey, yeah, we up next. Shut up with that scam mess, cause we up in hex. It showed a lot of disrespect, now they can cut the check. They had a lot to say, well now they can't say nothing else. They had some gains, things changed, now it's nothing left. Hey, money went into some means, ended up and left. Hex is up and to the right, they up and to the left.
Hey,
Hi, Maddie. How are you doing?
I'm great. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
good.
Well, people may or may not be aware that you have been the stage manager and helping me to pull off this conference for another time, another streak here. So thank you so much for making this possible.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for letting me. It's been a pleasure, and you cease to amaze me. This conference is already to a great start, and so cool just to hear all of the speakers when I've been able to actually listen to them.
Yeah.
We have had such a good lineup, and so yeah, great job.
Thank you. Yeah. It's been a great day so far, and we have 2 more great days ahead of us. I want to let everybody know that the final giveaway for today will be to win a watch from Crypto 7, the second watch. Let me update this. And the way that you'll enter for this one is to retweet the stream that we've been doing on Twitter. So I'm just dropping into the live stream chat now on YouTube and Twitter the tweet that you can retweet. And then in the next 10 minutes, if you retweet it, I will semi-randomly pick a person who has retweeted it to be the winner of that final giveaway for today. And then we'll be giving away, we will have 3 more winners tomorrow and 3 more winners the next day for more Pateus tokens. So the final segment we've got for tonight is Rachel has recorded a segment on how to buy Pulse.
Yes,
So
it'll be great. I will
awesome.
reintroduce myself in it, so everyone beware.
Right.
But it'll be great.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, it'll be like a twin situation right now.
Yeah, for real.
All right, great. Well, yeah, thanks again, and we'll kick off this last segment now.
Hi, my name is Rachel Lobb, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. I am going to teach you how to buy Pulsechain. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much for Maddie for putting on this conference. The Pulsechain and Hex conferences are always so awesome. So great job, Maddie. You are an absolute rock star. Now, let's get into how to buy Pulsechain. So we're going to start with a website, which is pulsechain.com. So in here, you're going to go into your search bar and type in pulsechain.com. And what we're going to find is the Pulsechain website was revamped recently, and it looks awesome. So super excited to go through what they have. I love what they've added to this because seriously, it has just made it so much easier to do exactly what you need within Pulsechain. So if you're on this webpage, you're going to scroll down, and you're going to see a couple of different things down here. And one of the things is buy Pulse. So Pulse is required for all transactions and can be bought directly via bank to crypto platforms such as Coast or Ramp Now. Existing crypto users can use Liberty Swap, Gibbs Finance, or other methods. We're going to click on other methods. And right down here, we're going to see all these different ways of what you can do. Now, I really like this because this did not exist before, where you can decide how you're going to buy it based off of what situation you're in. So if you want to buy with a bank, if you want to swap or bridge crypto, or if you need Ethereum to bridge over. Now, for some of these, I actually have videos. And so if you don't follow me right now on YouTube yet, go and subscribe. It is It's Crypto Bestie, and you'll find my channel there. But some of my most watched videos are on how to bridge back and forth between Ethereum and Pulsechain. We're going to use my favorite way to buy Pulse today, and that is pulsex.com. So right here, we're going to click Start Trading. where the Pulsex symbol is. All right, so right here we have our pulsex.com. And there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can come in and launch that app right here. You can run it from your desktop. You can do IPFS. I've done it all the different ways. Something about me and my background is I used to be a software developer. And so I actually have the downloads. Right now I have a Mac OS. And so I have this downloaded on my computer just in case, because I want to have it in case, something went down on the internet or whatever that is. You can actually still use it as a download on your desktop. But for today's sake, we are going to come in here and launch Pulsex. Right here, we are now in Pulsex. What you're going to do in the corner is you're going to connect to a wallet. And my personal choice right now is actually MetaMask. And so I have my MetaMask tied to this at the moment. And what we're going to do is, say we had already bridged in USDC. I have just a little bit of USDC right here, and I want to swap it for Pulse. So this is our DEX within Pulsechain. And right here, we can see that we have this swap feature. Now, you probably already know how to do this, but if you don't, this tutorial is for you. So right here, we're going to take whatever coin you're trying to swap. So maybe you bridged in Ethereum. Maybe you did, I don't even know if you can do USDT. Usually I do USDC. So I have my USDC right here. I make sure that I have the right one clicked. So I click that right there. You can also paste the address here if you are interested in doing that. And then you can decide the balance that you're going to use. So I'm going to use the max. I have $2.50 basically right here. And I want to swap it for some Pulse. Disclaimer on this, you have to have Pulse to already be able to do this. And so if you're going to go in and come into this, there are a couple different ways that you can get Pulse if you need it. So, and I'll show you that here in a second. But what we're going to do is we're swapping my USDC for Pulse. And you can see that I already have a balance of Pulse right here. And by swapping the 250, I'm going to get the 49,000 Pulse. And if you want to come in and check the fees, if you're interested in that, you can come in here and look at that as well. So we're going to click swap, confirm swap. It's going to open another tab, and I am going to have to come in and confirm it. And then we wait for the approval. And this is pretty quick, so we won't have to wait for super long. Maybe I spoke too soon. So we'll wait just a second. There we go. Now we're going to confirm. The transaction is submitted. And then we'll wait just a second. And then we can see that the transaction receipt is right there. And then you can do this a couple of different ways. Like I just clicked max right there, and I actually don't have that much. But you can see that my balance of USDC is 0. My balance of Pulse is now 185,000 on this account. Or you can go into your wallet and look at it there. Now there are a couple of other ways to do this. And when I say a couple, there are many different ways that you can do this. So going back to pulsechain.com, we are going to look at those different options. And then, of course, I posted it on X today. I wanted to see if there were any ones that I was missing, because everyone's so cool and has all their different ways that they buy things and do things. And I feel like sometimes I don't always know what's going on. And so I asked today, and someone replied with a great tweet of kind of what to do. And so I wanted to add that to this because I think that it was very timely, and I think that it could help you. But first, we are going to go back to pulsechain.com. Now, if we come back up here, like I said, you can find what you're at. So if you're buying with a bank, you can use the coaster ramp now. Say you're swapping or bridging in crypto. There is the Pulsechain Bridge, there's Gibbs Finance, there's Liberty Swap, and Tokens Express. Something that I found when I was asking this question on X is Liberty Swap is super popular for this. And then if you're coming from another chain that's not listed, there's D-Bridge or Llama Swap, as well as Allbridge. And then if you need ETH to bridge, then you can go from a centralized exchange like Kraken or Coinbase and bridge it over from there. So each of these just has different steps that you can do as you go throughout that. Now, I do want to show you that tweet because it honestly helped me. And so I think it will help you too. Okay, shout out to JC Bizzleboy. He put this together on the tweet. If you want to find it, my username is It's Crypto Bestie. But right here, you can see all the different ways that you can buy Pulse depending on where you're at. So if you're crypto to crypto, fiat to crypto, the aggregators of DEXs, I thought that this was super interesting. So that there is that as well. So take a screenshot, take a picture of this just so you have that in case you are wanting to look for another way of how to do this. As always, this is not financial advice. And this is something that you get to choose to do. So if you want to buy Pulse, that's awesome. There are many different ways that you can do it depending on what situation you're in. And it is always good to go in with caution as you're using different tools that maybe aren't always as native to the product. So it's great to be able to use different smart contracts that let you do different things and different softwares that let you do different things, but make sure that you're doing your due diligence of going in and making sure that you trust the software, that you're okay to connect your bank account or your wallet to it. There is so much caution that needs to happen when you're going about this. And also another thing that you should think about safety-wise is having a hardware wallet and what that looks like for you. Because hardware wallets are, in my opinion, very, very important because we want to protect our crypto. We don't want anyone stealing our crypto. So we want to protect our crypto. And I think that that's something important to keep in mind. So as you're going to go buy Pulse, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that this video helped you to be able to go and buy Pulse as you move forward in your crypto journey. And I'm so grateful to be here. And I just want to say thank you so much to Maddie once again and to the Pulsechain community. And I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.
Awesome. Well, another great segment and much needed because of the the fact that a lot of people they're going to want to buy Pulse, and so thankful to Rachel for
Hi, my name is Rachel Law.
doing that. Oh, sorry, I thought she was back in person, but okay. Oh wait,
Hi.
there we go.
Thank you. Yes, and I absolutely agree. It's good to have tutorials on how to do things like that.
One of the things that I said I would do before we close out the conference tonight is I want to thank the organization that helped bring Brock Pierce to the Pulsechain conference, which is called Free and Equal. And it helps with the politics of the libertarian movement and like all the things that Brock Pierce is involved with. And particularly Christina Tobin was the person who helped facilitate this. And so I'm sharing the Twitter links for both Free and Equal and Christina Tobin on X. And so if you guys want to follow, oops, maybe I need to put a space in there. x.com/ for all of you listening, audio only, Free and Equal, just how it sounds. And then also CHRISTINA Tobin, TOBIN. Oops, it's getting late. There we go. So go ahead and follow and appreciate those two accounts for helping to make the Bitcoin billionaire interview possible tonight. And I also want to thank our sponsors, texitcoin.org. You'll hear from founder Bobby Gray tomorrow night. Pateus.io. If you rewind to the beginning of this hour, I give a rundown for them. And Pulseland.io did the first 20 minutes of their sponsored talk today and will give us a 10-minute update on Sunday. We have an amazing schedule lined up for tomorrow, starting at the same time we did tonight, kicking off with like 11 speakers in the first hour, including Crypto Bella 0x, Eric Zachman, Crypto Story 77, The Chain Temple, Alex Solian, Zach Ripto, Okeechobee, Alpha Baller, Hex Ninja, KR, The Ghost, and Panos will all speak in the first hour, rapid round testimonials. And then we'll have a panel with Corey Geary, Fast Abdul, Saint Wolf, and Whitney Magic. Then 20 minutes with Bobby Gray, 20 minutes with Nerd Girl 007, 10-minute talk from Pulse Coin List, 10-minute talk from Freddie Quotes, then an hour with Longevity founder Aubrey DeGray. And we will finish off with a 5-person panel between Zenith Crypto, CC from Liquid Loans, Solid Hex, the Solid X Whale, Adam Stokes, and Just Ask Jesse. So lots to look forward to tomorrow. And thanks again, Rachel, for helping me hold it down tonight.
Of course, thank you too. This was great.
Yep. And we will leave you all with a little bit more Hex and Pulsechain music and see you again tomorrow. Thanks again. Peace out. Oh, until next time, stake wisely, my friends, and peace out.
Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a hairy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the Hex, he is mooning. Looking at why they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pull chains out and get me a check. He's gassed up and got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. Hex, I been eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this post, I ain't letting go. Swerving the ring like a Lambo.